everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Eliza and I make videos on budgeting, personal finance, and investing. Today I'm going to be showing you how I close out my budget for April and set up my budget for May. So let's get started with April. Starting off with income, I received my paycheck of my normal amount, which is $4,593.53. And then midway through the month, I received my tax refund for my 2022 taxes, and that was $3,000. So this amount was not in my April budget with me video, so I'll show you how I allocated that money in April. Moving on to my bills, my rent payment was $1,495. I had a subscription service of $16.99, a gym membership that was about $63 in total, and then my electricity bill was $215.03. Now, I will just note that our household bills are split, so my husband and I both cover a portion of bills that is about the same amount. So rather than splitting bills in half, we both just pay for certain bills that add up to about the same amount. So for total bills in April, I paid $1,790, and my husband covers things like our internet, our cell phone, our car loan payment, car insurance, and he pays for the majority of our groceries. So I just wanted to note that because you might see in this budget that it doesn't seem quite as comprehensive as a normal budget would be, so I wanted to add that in so that there was no confusion. Next, I did my debt payments. So I put $200 on my student loan. And then for investments, I started off the month with my normal contribution to my tax-free savings account of $300. But then once I received my tax refund, I put another $1,000 into my TFSA. So that was great. And that's part of my financial goals for 2023 was to contribute part of my tax refund to my TFSA, which I did, and that's great. Then for savings, again, I started off the month with $800 into our home down payment fund. And then with the tax refund, I put another $1,000 in there. And then for sinking funds, I started off the month with a normal amount of $300 into our travel fund. And then I added $1,000 from the tax refund into that sinking fund. So full tax refund went to savings and investments, which was great. However, my expenses got a little bit weird in April, so let's go through those. For groceries, I budgeted $250 and spent $150. Again, my husband covers the majority of our groceries. For restaurants, I budgeted $70 and spent $70. For pets, I budgeted $200 and spent $117.61. For gas, I budgeted $150 and spent $0. I think my husband paid for the gas in April. For personal, I budgeted $50 and spent $67.27. For coffee and treats, I budgeted $40 and spent $32.27. For entertainment, I budgeted $40 and spent $37.10. For takeout, I budgeted $55 and overspent at $89.55. And then for shopping, this is where it kind of went off the rails. I budgeted $100 and spent $963.22. I'll finish off the expenses and then talk a little bit about that shopping category. So for seasonal, I didn't have anything budgeted. Apple account, I budgeted $20 and I spent $20, and that's to kind of top up my account for purchasing songs on iTunes, renting movies on Apple, and I will use that if I do a Disney Plus membership. For miscellaneous, I budgeted $20 and spent $31.97. For credit card, I budgeted $0 and spent $0. And then for therapy, I budgeted $120 and spent $0 because my therapy cost was reimbursed by my work benefits. And then for giving, I budgeted $50 and spent $110. So I donated a bit more than I anticipated, but this is actually a new category for me, so I'm still kind of figuring out how much I need. But in total for expenses, I had budgeted $1,165 and I spent $1,688.99. So I overspent on shopping and underspent on other categories. And just a little bit of detail about that shopping, I have been meaning to update my wardrobe for a while now, but have been putting it off. So I ended up doing that in April, although I hadn't planned for it. So in hindsight, I maybe should have taken some of the tax refund and spent that on shopping, but I did all this shopping after I had already invested and put that money into savings account. So that leaves me with a credit card balance of about $485 moving into May. So let's take a look at May and get the budget set up for that. So first is my normal paycheck, which I receive at the end of the month. And that is, as far as I know, that's the only income I'll be receiving for the month of May. Next, taking a look at bills, my rent is the same as before, which is $14.95. I've got subscriptions of $16.99 again. Oops. And then I have gym membership, which is, I'll just put $63. I think that's about what it is. It comes out bi-weekly. And then for electricity, that's usually due around kind of 3/4 of the way, and I'm going to do $225 again because that's a good amount. That's been working out well for me. Next on to debt. So I did another student loan payment of $200. And then for investments, my regular contribution of $300, which I've already invested. And then for savings, similarly, I put $800 in there. And for travel fund, I put another $300 in there. All right, so I copied the categories from April for my expenses into May, but I removed therapy because I don't have a therapy session booked for this month. I also added my credit card balance from April as an expense category. So my balance was $468.35 carried over. I'm also going to just copy the budget amounts and use those to play around with because I like to do that as a starting point. So for groceries, I typically budget $250, so I'll keep that the same. Restaurants, I'm going to bring that down to $50. Pets, I'm going to keep at $200 because they need wet food and dry food and medication this month, so that should cover it. Gas, as far as I know, we don't have any road trips planned for May, and we usually use about a tank of gas per month because I work partially from home and my husband works from home, so we don't do that much driving. So I'll budget $100 for gas. Personal, I'm going to keep at $50. I don't know if I need anything in this category, but I like to at least have it budgeted. Coffee and treats, I'm going to keep at $40. Entertainment, I'm going to keep at $40. Takeout, I'm going to keep at $55. Shopping, I'm just going to put $0 because I need to take a little break. I do want to purchase more items, especially for work clothing, but I'm going to hold off a bit till I can get my credit card paid off and maybe rework my budget to account for a bigger shopping allocation each month. So seasonal, I don't think there's anything coming up in May that I need a special budget for seasonal items, so I'll do 0. Apple account, I still have, I think, like $15 left over from last month, so I don't think I'll need anything added, so I'll put that at 0. Miscellaneous, I'll keep at 20, and just so I have that wiggle room there. My credit card balance, like I already said, is $468. And then for giving, I've donated to 3 or 4 different places over the last month or two. So I don't anticipate kind of any of those opportunities being brought forward to me this month. So I'll put that at 0, although I'm still trying to figure out how much I should be budgeting each month for giving. Let me know in the comments if you have giving in your monthly budget, and if so, how you manage that, because I'm interested in hearing how others account for donations and that sort of thing. So my total expenses that I've budgeted for May is $1,273.35. And that means that I'm over budget by about $80. So we'll see how this goes. I might not get my full credit card paid off this month. There might still be a balance carried over into next month, but I'm going to try my best to kind of limit my spending so that I can prioritize that, because I don't like to carry over a balance month to month, and typically don't do that. I just didn't plan for all the shopping that I did in April. So let's take a look at some of my trackers and just see where we're at with some of our larger sinking funds, etc. So we have an emergency fund of $15,000 saved, which is about 3 months of bare minimum expenses. I might bump this up in the future, but it's fine for now. We're working on a down payment savings of $40,000 as sort of the first benchmark to reach. So we're at about $24,000 now. So that is going well. We have a vet and car sinking fund that is sitting at about $5,000 currently. And then our travel sinking fund is at, let's see, so the goal was 3,000 and we're over by 500. So that means we're at 3,500 right now, which is awesome. So I'm going to bump this up actually to 5,000 and keep working away on that, because my husband has a bachelor party later in the year, potentially in Vegas, for a friend of his, and I would like to do a hot holiday before the end of the year. So I want to keep prioritizing that travel sinking fund. And then for investments, so far this year I've contributed $2,600, and my goal for the year is $6,500. So I'm at 40% of that goal, which is really exciting because we're not quite halfway through the year and I'm almost at halfway. So I think I'm on track for that. And then for debts, my student loan is currently $10,300, and that's with the Canada Federal Student Loan Service and is at 0%. So I am just chipping away at that month by month right now, because my priority is not to pay off that loan. My priority is to bump up my investments in my tax-free savings account. So that is just getting chipped away. And our car loan is sitting at $37,225. That is also at 0%. So that is getting chipped away month by month currently. All right, so that is everything for the month of May. Thank you so much for watching. Again, let me know if you budget for giving or donations, charity, that sort of thing. I'd love to hear how you work that into your either monthly or annual budgets. Let me know in the comments below. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye now.